Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to My Team Season 4. If you're new to the series, then welcome to you as well. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, as we will be doing many more videos about this series. And as you can see, we are now in our performance, and as you can see, we are going to do a upgrade, or at least we will try, because powertrain is fully done. And I feel like chassis can only do one more upgrade. Yes, that is right. 11% failure chance, and as you can see, that will happen after the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. So that's not for today, unfortunately, but we'll still get a upgrade, I guess. And as you can see, powertrain still 2 upgrades, but those have to come from Red Bull, so we'll have to wait until later on in the season. But it's the first race, and that means that we go out in practice, and as you can see, it's a bright, clear day in Bahrain. Of course, once we go there in real life, it's dark because they drive in the night, in the evening, I should say. But practice is during the day, and as you can see, we are starting with heating up our tires. I'm not going to show too much. I'll just show a few shots on how our car looks in the sun. But yeah, as you can see, the first practice is done, and we are P14, 2 seconds off the pace. But I only did a few laps, and they didn't feel amazing. So I'll probably get faster over the weekend. You can see color signs in P4 on the mediums compared to everybody else on the softs. So maybe we are once again in contention for the championship. We can only find out in one way, and that's by going to the going to the quali and going to the race. So let's go and do that right now. So first quali of the season, as you can see, it's now getting darker and darker. So yeah, it's time for us to go out on track and to make sure that we can get ourselves into Q2 or even Q3. Of course, with winning a championship, we got the #1 on our car, as you can see. So I'm happy with that because it shows that you are better than anybody else in the last season. And it's a nice feature because, of course, Max Verstappen took it in 22 in real life, and now it's available in the game as well. So I think it's going to be the same in F1 23. We don't know that much about it just yet, but once we find out what is going to happen in F1 23, then I'll let you guys know in a video. So subscribe for that as well, as we have a yellow flag, and that's our teammate, probably just going slow, going wide at turn 10. But we are in our first lap, and as you can see, it's Charles Leclerc putting in a 126.9, we put in a 127.8, and I felt like that wasn't enough, so I did a second lap as well, and as you can see, 3.5 tenths improvements. Where do we go? P3, of course. Okay, so we are behind our teammate, half a second of Leclerc, but I think this is enough for Q1, and as you can see, P11 it is. Sainz went out again to make sure that he got P1, and as you can see, by 4.5 tenths he got that. Of course, this is also our first race driving as 7 even 95 racing instead of just 95 racing. So hopefully they are happy with that, that we are getting a good result in Q1, or at least my teammates. And this time in Q2 we go a bit later than everybody else, so that we can compare ourselves in our first lap and see how much we need to improve on the second lap. To get ourselves in that top 10. And of course, I feel like now that I've done 4 seasons, I feel a bit comfortable, a bit more comfortable with the car. Of course, in season 1 and season 2 and season 3 it was the same, but now I feel like I can go for it because I trust the car like 100%. Hopefully the durability does it good as well. You can see P10 it is at the moment. That's still not good enough, but we still have a second lap, and as you can see, 3.5 tenths once again improving. And it looks like we only have 5 minutes left. So if we don't have enough improvement, then we are not going through. Are we going through? P6 it is, and I feel like that should be enough. Of course, Tsunoda is in the Mercedes. I forgot that. I totally forgot that. And as you can see, P9 it is eventually. Still 3 tenths clear of Liam Lawson in P11. So no worries there. And once again, our teammate 6.5 tenths. What is this guy doing? I can only say you one thing. I am really happy that he's my teammate. And now in the final part of qualifying, we are in P8. I did my first lap. I didn't want to show it because it was just not good enough. And as you can see, we only have 2 minutes remaining, and we are starting to heat up our tires. We are the last to go out on a lap, so hopefully we can improve the most and start on pole position. But of course, we are not the best qualifiers, and I am happy that we are in P8 and in Q3. So with 1 minute to go, we start our first ever qualifying session, or we are actually going to end our first ever qualifying session in Season 4. Going into turn 1, gaining a 10th already, so hopefully we can gain that throughout the lap as well, that we can get many more 10ths, maybe even a second out of this lap. Going into the most difficult corner of the track, I feel like I just don't get my line right, and I always lose time compared to the AI. Into final corner we go. 7 tenths is the improvement. Should we go up into P5? Maybe. What do? It looks like only P10. So not the best quality. Of course, still P10 in Q3. But my teammate is, I think, on pole position on the first row. So yeah, you can see my teammate a 1:26.001, and I put in a 1:26.9. So qualifying not as strongest part. Of course, Mercedes not as good as well. They start in P7 and 9. Red Bull, Ferrari, McLaren and Mercedes and ourselves are the only teams who got into Q3. So are we all going to fight for the championship? I don't know. It's too early to say. Maybe somebody has a bad race and then it has to be done in the next race. But let's find out.
No more testing, no more practice. This is the real deal, and it's make or break here at round 1 of this year's Formula 1 World Championship. We go racing today around the 3.36 miles of the magnificent Bahrain International Circuit, with 15 corners and 2 good passing opportunities into turns 1 and 4. Keep an eye out for drivers locking the front left tyre into the tricky braking zone of turn 10. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. An immense lap from Carlos Sainz yesterday puts him in pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Leclerc, Fernando Alonso, Daniel Ricciardo and Perez, Russell, Tictum, Tsunoda and Lightning, Liam Lawson, Norris, Pierre Gasly and Magnussen, Oscar Piastri, Mick Schumacher, Alex Albon and Robert Schwartzman, Joe, Stroll, Latifi and Esteban Ocon lines up at the back of the grid. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today? A new season then, a clean slate where anything could happen. Anthony Davidson is with me today as once again we get another year of Formula 1 underway.
We're into those tense few minutes before the first race then. Everyone's a little bit nervous about reliability. They haven't been running in the hot, turbulent wake of other cars in practice. They've not been pushing at 100% for long durations. Let's hope no one has to deal with any nasty surprises.
Getting ready to start this race, going into our our start block. Yes, and to our start block, as you can see behind the red. Whoa, I am confused. Starting behind the McLaren and the Mercedes. And as you can see, everybody has lined up for the grid. Are we going to start this race? Yes, we are in P10. We are starting on the mediums, going to the hards or the softs later on. And it's lights out and away we go for the first time of 22 here in MyTeam Season 4. We get a bad start as usual, losing a position to Liam Lawson and Lando Norris. But can we go down the inside to gain a few positions? It does look like it. We are down the inside of the Mercedes, the McLaren and even the second Mercedes as well. But it's only one Mercedes that we overtake. Of course, not the worst start. Still a good position to fight. And as you can see here in lap 1, we are up to P8. So, oh boy, I really thought that I would get wing damage there. But luckily I didn't, as we are now side by side with George Russell. Can we overtake him into the next few corners? No, we can't. He's going to attack Sergio Perez, but he doesn't overtake him as well. So yeah, whoa, almost going into the back of Russell. Luckily that didn't happen. As a yellow flags, and is that a safety car? I don't think so. Never mind, it is. And Robert Schwartzman is out. And what the hell does Dan Tickton do? That is not allowed. As far as I know, that is not allowed. Let's take a look at what happened to Robert Schwarzman. You can see he just crashes into the back. He brakes too late, and that's job done for him. He doesn't fight for the points. He wasn't either way, I think so. But as you can see, Daniel Ricciardo in P21. I don't know what happened there. But in the safety car, we are still in P8. Of course, we should be P7, but I can't overtake during a broadcast safety car. But now in lap 3, it's time to get ourselves underway once again in green flag running. The safety car is coming in this lap. Can we get a good restart? We are obviously going to do a Max Verstappen on the restart. Of course, it's not allowed anymore in real life, but it's still allowed in the game. So I'm going to do it and try to overtake Dan Ticktum and maybe even George Russell in the first few corners. You can see safety car in this lap. We already knew that, but don't worry. It's really going to happen as we are going side by side with Dan Ticktum, not overtaking him because that's not allowed. But we are now going once again. It's green flag running and it's full throttle racing. So let's see what we can do going into an onboard. They are going past me everywhere. They actually did the fence into overtake maneuver, and as you can see, we overtake George Russell and Dan Ticktum even as well. So we are up into P6. Unfortunately, I don't know why, but my that part of the video corrupted, so I couldn't. Oh, is there another crash? I think there's another crash, and there's another. We haven't had one single. Oh my god, 2 safety cars in 4 laps. We haven't had a single lap that we could do. And as you can see, yeah, it was Yuki Tsunoda who spun, and everybody had to wait behind him to eventually go off track, go backwards. I don't know what happened. Too many things happened at the same time. The only driver who got a penalty from that is Oscar Piastri. He's of course now driving for AlphaTauri. He went from our team to them to there. So you can see he's a bit more in his region that he should be, because of course last season when he was at our team he did the same as well in P11, P10. So nothing has changed for him. And it's restart time once again. We are already in lap 8 and hadn't had a single lap that we could fight until the end of the lap. So going down the inside of Sergio Perez, and it looks like we can take P5 from him. Yes, we can. Oh, never mind. Okay, luckily we do have him. We made a bit of a mistake at the exit of turn 1, but luckily he backed out of it so that we could stay in P5. I don't know why he backed out, because he shouldn't have. He should just pass me, but he didn't. So we are in P5 and going to fight Alonso and Verstappen. So not too bad for a qualifying in P10. So you can see really close behind Fernando Alonso. Really close. We need to overtake him. Maybe in this corner. Can we do it? No, we can't. At the end of our first flying lap. Because I can tell you, compared to what we've done before, this is a flying lap. Carlos Sainz was in a 1:30.1. We are 1.3 seconds slower. But that's of course because it's the first lap since the safety car. And we've been fighting a lot, going down the inside of Fernando Alonso. And that's P4 for us already. Gaining 6 points. No, not 6 points. 6 places in 9 laps. Of course, that doesn't sound too special. Gaining even a 7th position. But if you compare it to another race, this should be 3 laps of running. Going almost into the back. Whoa. Going almost into the back of Charles Leclerc. Max Verstappen trying to overtake us. But luckily we can have a better exit. And as you can see, Carlos Sainz already 3 seconds between himself and Charles Leclerc. What is this guy doing? He's in another car. It looks like he's just in a Formula, I don't know, something else. Another yellow flag. Oh my god, is there another safety car? Please tell me that there's not, because I want to race. I don't want this. No, it looks like it's just a yellow flag for Lando Norris. So as you can see, we are really close behind. Never mind, we lose it at the exit of turn 10. Because of course we have to make a mistake. Luckily DRS and ERS so that we can defend from Max Verstappen. But we are really strong this weekend. Not in qualifying, but in the race we are, and that's where it's important. We are going for a 1-2 this race. So let's try to overtake Leclerc here. We couldn't do it. So let's do it on the next straight or in the next lap. And never mind, we make another mistake. The mistakes are creeping in. I don't like it. Max Verstappen overtakes us. Can we overtake him around the other side? Yes, we do. Never mind, we are still side by side, still alongside with him. And getting a better exit. And yes, we do get the position once again, almost crashing with him as I didn't see him and he backs out of it luckily, losing a few tenths.
Okay, stand by. We see a problem our end and we're looking into it.
No. No. I don't allow it. Exceeding track limits, no worries. I don't want another DNF or another first race that is outside the points. It happened last season, it happened the first season, it happened the second season. We haven't had a single season where we got a point in the... Oh my god, and we are out of the first race once. Oh my god. Gearbox, it isn't even 100%. It's 80%. Come on. Are we going to have the same championship as Max Verstappen?
Smiling faces on the pit wall then after that superb win here at Sakir. And rightly so, a brilliant effort from the whole team. So, Anthony, what made the difference out there today?
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
The faces on our top three look so incredibly happy as they make their way up to the podium. A much-deserved victory and a brilliant performance from them all.
Luckily, our teammate won the race. You can see Yuki Tsunoda actually in P2. Don't know where he came from. And Charles Leclerc in P3. So that's the podium for the first of 22 races here in MyTeam Season 4. Of course, not the best result for us, but luckily our teammate did the best thing he could do. And that's getting a win. So we still have 25 or 26, I don't know if he got the fastest lap as well, points in the championship. You can see the Belgian flag there for me, but of course I did get a DNF, so sorry to the fans there. Yes, he got a fastest lap as well, a 128.8 compared to everybody else, that's 6 tenths faster. What is the pace of this guy? Whoa. Is this a bug or is this really just his pace? Because that's crazy. 26 points for us, and I think that we are maybe P2, maybe P3, maybe even leading the constructors. You can see we are the second, and it's the second of two drivers who had a DNF. Unfortunately, yeah, it's still just a thing that happens in F1. We can't get every race until the end, but maybe next race we can get a win or a podium, at least a podium, because I feel like the car is that good. Carlos Sainz, of course, leading the driver standings, and the constructor standings it's us leading with 1 point over Ferrari, 2 points over Mercedes, and 6 points over Red Bull. This could be a really enjoying season. So, if you haven't subscribed yet, then please do, as this is going to be the best season we've ever had. I just have that feeling. I haven't recorded all the videos, of course, but I have that feeling. So don't forget to like and subscribe, share it with all your friends, and enjoy the next video that you will watch from me. Goodbye.